What's up YouTube, ODST General back again, and today guys, we are going to be checking out Victory at Sea Ironclad. Before we get going any further though, I do want to thank Evil Twin Artworks and Keymailer for providing me a key for this title, and I am kind of excited to show this off to you guys. Now, I did try to record some stuff earlier of the campaign tutorial, and I was running into an issue there where you have to capture two Confederate force, because this is a Civil War video game, and it tells you to grab 450 soldiers and have them board onto your ship. Now, the first fort I captured, I sent my Marines on land. They captured the fort for me. I couldn't figure out how to get them back on the boat, and I couldn't figure out how to capture the second fort. So I basically got stuck in the tutorial with no clear way on how to proceed. So I haven't actually completed the tutorial, and we're going to skip over it, so just so you guys are aware as to what's going on. Because of that, I was going to play on medium difficulty, but I think we're just going to do a campaign. We're going to skip the tutorial, and we're just going to play on easy. So this is my first Victory at Sea video game, but this is not the first one to have come out. So we've got capture few different things here, it looks like. Oh, I gotta turn this music off. Give me 1 second. I turned that off earlier, but I guess it didn't save that setting here, so let's just save this real quick. Yeah, so the game is my first one, but it's kind of a neat title from what I've seen so far. Not perfect, but pretty solid. You've got basically an overhead map with your total campaign area, which is the eastern coast of the United States, all the way over to the Gulf Coast, and you've got a number of inland rivers and stuff with varying forts and things like that. So most of the play area, as you would probably imagine, or wouldn't be too surprised by, is actually Confederate locations along the coast, because their stretch of coast is just, you know, it's bigger. There's more stuff, especially with the Gulf and stuff included, and a lot of these river inlets and stuff. I am a little surprised that there isn't more stuff as far as like U.S. forts here on some of these river inlets, but you know, it's all good. And yeah, anyways, we're able to take infantry and stuff from some of these forts and use them to invade other locations. I don't fully know all the controls and everything though, so we're going to try and figure this out here. So it looks like we've got a few different groups. We've got Flotilla 7 is our first one, which is 2 gunboats located in Baltimore, which is the USS Commodore Barney and the Commodore Perry. We've got the Mississippi River Squadron. That one's pretty cool. So this is the Conestoga, Lexington, and the Tyler, which actually looks to be consisting of ironclads, which is pretty cool. So I haven't actually seen the ironclads yet. They're not in the tutorial. It's a combination of sail and steam, or sail and coal powered ships. And yeah, this looks, well, maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that's not an ironclad. I can't, that looks like it's wood, not iron. So I don't know. Maybe it's not, but that's a cool looking ship. And we've got our Gulf Blockade Squadron. And it looks maybe like they're on a patrol route. I'm not sure how to set that up, but that's got a bunch of different stuff in there. That's frigates, sloops, gunboats, so that one's a pretty powerful force. This is definitely one of our bigger ones, that Gulf Squadron one. We've got Flotilla 3, which is literally just a single sloop hanging out, basically defending the base. 5 is a slew of gunboats, which look pretty awesome. And where are they defending? They're defending New York. What was 3 defending? Boston? Okay. We've got our Atlantic Blockade Squadron. So this will probably be one of our primary forces too. This one, again, this is the one we were initially looking at. That's got the Minnesota, the Wabash, the Cumberland. We've got sloops and gunboats and all sorts of stuff. And it looks like there's a tug in there, which is interesting. I don't know what the benefit of having the tug is. It looks like it does actually have weapons on it, though. So it looks like they might be set up on a patrol route, and that they're basically going to patrol along the coastlines here. And then we've got the Potomac Flotilla, which is just a single steamer. What is this group here? So that's one gunboat. I'm wondering if what we can do here. So we're going to bring this down. I guess this has been going the whole time. It's full, or just ×1 speed, which I guess is fine. Right now, it looks like we're losing here. Union ships is 30, Union ports is 17. We have more ships, but the Confederates have significantly more ports and resources. So, you know, right now we do have a slight advantage in terms of the ships, but, you know, in terms of actually being able to produce stuff, that's definitely going to be a challenge for us. We do have Key West and Fort Jefferson, but I have a feeling we're going to have to worry about defending these two down at the coastline. I'm kind of curious what we can do as far as Havana goes. Havana's got docks and it's got ships and stuff present. Oh, I don't know how to get rid of that. But I don't know if we're able to do like import and export stuff. We've also got Sicily over here, which is kind of the same thing. Oh yeah, we got a few actually. Now I'm looking at the very edge of the map, and then we've got Port Nassau. Okay, yeah, so that's cool stuff. And then yeah, we've actually got, it looks like various ports in Europe that we could send our fleets out to, basically across the Atlantic. Some of our presumably larger vessels. Where is the boat? Oh, they're actually sending their fleet out to engage mine before my other boat gets here. Let's send the Iroquois, I guess. Why not? And we're going to send them over to join the Potomac flotilla. I don't want the whole fleet to move. So I haven't messed with these waypoints at all. I don't know how these work. Alright, I guess we'll see what happens here with them on patrol. How do I split the sloop off from the rest of the group? I don't quite understand. Oh, I just realized we've got a gunboat moving up on our forts here too. Yeah, okay. Our fort was able to drive them off, which is good. Okay, so the Potomac flotilla is engaged. Unfortunately, our fleet wasn't able to reinforce it quite soon enough. I'm not really sure what our best course of action is to hold place or just keep moving forwards. It looks like moving forwards is really our only option. I haven't figured out any orders to actually hold the ships into place. I guess maybe that's what this is right here. That's your stop order. The closest thing to it. Let's see here. What's our guns look like on this thing? So we have basically a forward and rear firing arc. So we'll want to keep this thing pointed at the enemy. That's a cool vessel. I like this gunboat. Yeah, this is It's kind of a cool era for this type of game. Now, I've seen, you know, a bunch of naval games, but it seems like most of them are set either during World War II or the Cold War. You don't really see a lot of very modern or older titles. There is a little bit more in like the way of like sailing vessels and all that stuff, but probably the closest thing to this would be like some of the Total War games. You know, you've got like the ones that immediately come to mind would be like Shogun 2 or something, for instance. I can't remember if Empire at War had any of the like the ship battles and stuff like that. It's been a long time since I played Empire at War, but I feel like that might have had ship battles in it, but it might have been just like sailing vessels and that. So it is kind of neat to get the this particular era. Now, in terms of the graphics and stuff, I mean they're decent enough. It's one of those things. I mean, it's mostly just open water and then the vessels you have, so it's not like the most graphically intensive game ever, depending on how the water and stuff is actually simulated, I suppose. There could be some processing stuff there, but I don't think that's really the case. But, you know, with that being said, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more detail on some of the vessels and some of the interactions. Like, it would be really awesome to actually have, like, crew walking around on the deck of the ship when you were, you know, if you got, like, closer, maybe you could see that. You know, War Thunder type of thing where it's like you actually look at the ship and it's like, yeah, there's actually people operating the guns and stuff like that, and it would be cool to be able to see the guns, because I don't, like this thing here, I don't see the guns on it. I don't know where the guns are supposed to even be on this thing. If they're pointing forwards and backwards, it would make sense that they're on the deck of the ship. They don't seem to be in here, like in the bow or anything. Alright, well, let's speed this up, because this is taking forever. This isn't one of the faster ships. So, okay, we're engagement range here. We'll do 2 times speed. So we took the first shot, but we're quite far away still. This is theirs. Theirs is pretty neat looking too. Very similar vessel in terms of probably how it's designed to work. Alright, looks like our boat is going to try and turn around and just use its rear guns while it runs. Which would be the smart move if it would actually turn, not broadside. Yeah, so the pathfinding of the vessels, that's something I've noticed has been an issue already, where you gotta kind of question the way they're moving around, and like they run into each other and stuff like that, which is something I'm actually concerned about happening right now. Actually, you know what? No, do that. I don't know where the guns on this thing are. These rough seas are definitely making it a little bit more difficult for the vessel to aim and everything. I don't know why it's not going forwards. Oh, are they boarding me? They're boarding me. 2 can play at that game. It's even like little plumes of smoke on the deck would be kind of nice here. Unfortunately, it looks like their crew significantly outnumbers the crew on my vessel. Is there... Crap, they took our vessel. Well, that was an unfortunate first engagement, and it looks like not only did they capture our vessel, but they've actually pushed further inland, which is kind of unfortunate. Otherwise, our fleet would have been basically like right on top of them when they captured that. So yeah, I feel like that wouldn't have happened if we had won, or like our ship had cooperated with us. It's 2, if the sloop, the Iroquois, had actually like split off. Where's the Iroquois? The Iroquois is separate. It looks like they're up in the front here. They're just doing their own thing. Let's see. So they had like 100-something troops on the one. The Iroquois would be probably decent to try and board and take back our ship. Obviously, these frigates are significantly larger in terms of the crew, but they're slower too. The Reliance might be a good way to go about, but I think the Iroquois might be a good option to try and take back our ship. They're both making way for land or something. I'm not sure what they're doing. I don't know if I want to try and intercept with the Iroquois, or if I want to keep the Iroquois away from the two ships. Let's go ahead and bring this up to full speed, and I guess we'll see what happens here. Looks like they're splitting off. Alright, I guess we're going to try and take their ship. We've got the CSS Jacob Bell. They got a shot on us. Did we sink it? I'm not sure if we sunk the other one. Well, we got the Jacob Bell. That's now a part of our fleet. And yeah, the other one, our original ship got sank. So we kind of traded ships here. Unfortunately, that net loss of crew for us between those two interactions. But hey, that's fine. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's keep the Jacob Bell and that, and we need to try and figure out how we can split this fleet off. Because we need a Potomac fleet, ideally. And yeah, it didn't teach me how to split these. We've got the Atlantic Squadron. Ah, okay, there we go. Just had to drag it far enough away from here. You can't just drag it down, you have to like drag it to the middle of the screen or whatever. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well, let's see here. Let's speed this up. Let's get our fleets moving around. Yeah, we're going to take Flotilla 7. We're going to merge them with Flotilla 8, so that way we've got that going here. We've got Annapolis, we've got Baltimore. Let's go ahead, let's pull up the shipyard here in Baltimore. I don't... No, we need something that's capable of carrying a lot of troops, I think, because we want to start taking these forts along the coast if we can. Immediately up near the top, the Franklin-class steam screw frigate is definitely a good option. I think that's crew though. Yeah, it's an expensive crew vessel. It's not necessarily good for carrying Marines. Yeah, it would be cool if it told you like the maximum it could carry as far as like troops and stuff like that. Because I'd like to just have dedicated troop ships. Obviously, the gunboats aren't necessarily going to be what we're looking for in terms of building that. The Rams, those are like your sloops and stuff like that, I think. Oh no, the Rams are separate. So we got the sloops. Sloops might be a good option for the troop ships. I mean, they're not as big, but they're pretty quick, so that would make them good for like boarding and capturing other ships if we have Marines on board. And then they could get up to shorelines fast to dump troops if we wanted to go that route. These the steamers I think are a little bit bigger. They're not very big or very fast though, I think. I'm really thinking the sloop or the frigate's probably going to be our best option. The sloops are definitely a lot cheaper, so I'm thinking the sloops where we want to go as far as having a crew and stuff. So the Iroquois has 250 tons. What was it? The Preble? No, it was. Which one was it? Oh no, it was the Preble. That's got 250 or yeah, 250 tons on the hold. So I'm guessing the hold is where we're going to want probably the most tonnage because that's where we're going to carry our troops. The Richmond is 259. It seems like the Richmond will be our marine carrying vessels here. And then what do we want? Because we're going to be bombarding. Do we then say, yeah, let's go ahead and build the frigates here? So the Franklin's got 4 10-inch guns, which is pretty decent for the time. 22 9-inch guns, though. That's significant. 22 9-inch, yeah. The 16 8-inch. I'm not sure if we have enough cannonballs. We actually don't have enough to produce that. Days to build 30. I don't know if I mean, I would think that the larger calibers, I mean, obviously are going to help against like other boats and stuff like that, but I'm not sure if it really matters for the bases. Let's go ahead, we're going to do this guy. And hit that, and then we'll go ahead and speed things back up. Gotta see where this fleet ends up going here. What do we have here? 1 gunboat, and where are you going to? What do you think you're doing? It would be kind of cool to take Norfolk. They do have a lot of troops there, though. Tobacco production decreased. Okay, so it seems like there's random events. I didn't expect that, but that's kind of neat. So we've got cotton. I'm not sure where tobacco is. It's been trading with the following regions. Okay. Well, we can't enter combat, but what we can do is we could potentially start saying, hey, we're going to start patrolling around here and attacking anybody who we catch trading down that way. It gives us a heads up. All right, so Jefferson Davis is officially president. They're just hanging around these forts, so I don't necessarily want to engage them because I'll have fire support from the ports, which probably isn't that big of a deal from the tutorial at least, but I'd rather play it safe. what we got here. The Trent Affair. Sir, Confederate diplomats Mason and Slidell are reported to be en route to Europe on neutral British vessel RMS Trent. Should they make the voyage, they will undoubtedly bargain for support from the European powers. Do we impact our relations with Britain this early on? I want to say yes. Let's go ahead and let's intercept the vessel because I mean they've already got a massive trade advantage on us, and we don't want them building that up further. Ideally. All right. So we got Fredericksburg and that. Let's go ahead and let's move our fleet inland a little bit more. Oh, Florida Keys, huh? What do you got going on up here? Not much. What does this fleet look like? A blockade runner. Alright, move to engage them. Let's take out this blockade runner. I bet that they're, at least possibly, some of the vessels they're trading with Nassau. It's probably unlikely just with a single blockade. Well, actually, no, the blockade runner is exactly what you'd want to go do that trade, wouldn't it be? So we've got one flotilla here at Boston. I don't necessarily know that we're worried too much about it. Let's go ahead and let's move them out to the Atlantic Ocean here and have them try to intercept any vessels going to Britain itself. They could still go to any of the British islands or ports or anything like that potentially, but I'm not as worried, I guess, by that. It's still something we ideally would, ideally want to avoid, but we'll see. I got two blockade runners here. Where are you guys going? You guys are going for these ports here. Can I intercept in time? Oh, he's going to go into that. That's... It's been said trading with the following regions. Yeah, okay, so basically everywhere on the map. That's not so much of a surprise. Let's engage here. Our fleet was not fast enough. Honestly, if we want to engage these blockade runners, we're going to need something faster here. But we can at least stop them from going into Tampa. So we can try to intercept them on the way back. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's move you over here. Let's start harassing these vessels. I'm not sure what they're doing, if they're moving troops between bases or what they've got going on here, but let's just say no to that. Oh, hit the wrong button. Again. Okay, so Gulf Blockade has engaged the enemy. Oh, nighttime battle. Evening, I guess that's not as bad. Alright, guys, go forwards. Let's go ahead and speed this up. I do wish there was a cinematic camera for this. There's a top-down camera, which is, it's nice, but having a cinematic camera would be cool for a game like this. Alright, guys, they're fast approaching our position, so get ready to start engaging. A lot of these guys here, if we select all guns on them, a lot of them are going to have like broadside abilities. Yeah, they're... oh man, they're screwed. They're just running the gauntlet of vessels on our side. Like, they might make it by, but I didn't see it happening. Okay. That would be so intimidating, trying to like get past the entire enemy fleet. We had a pretty big fleet there. They did do some damage to the... Oh, is this our coal supply? Is that what that is? That's not... Or is that health? It looks like it's probably the health or something. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. We won. So we could go to the log and we can look at this, and it shows the after-action reports of each battle, which is pretty cool. It shows which boats were involved in everything. So if we go to our first one, October 30th, 1861, it just shows we lost the Jacob Bell, which unfortunately did get sunk ultimately anyways. It was just captured, but you know, we did capture the CSS ship. I can't remember what the name of that one was, but they did capture that back. We got another blockade runner. Let's go ahead and move to intercept them. What we got down here? We got another blockade runner, which appears to be moving away. A cotton-clad ram. That's an interesting one. And we've got another blockade runner coming up the coastline. So we'll move to engage this too. Okay, we're engaging another blockade runner. So this is going to be, I think, probably a big part of our duties. And this is why, for the Union, by default, the blocking of the blockade runners is, you know, a win condition of the campaign. You know, if too many of them get by, you lose, and that's because obviously, again, the Confederates, they don't have the resource production and stuff that the North has, but they've got a lot of ports and they've got a lot of potential with that space to potentially grow their fleets and stuff here and become a pretty big threat if they're allowed to go unchecked. So a lot of it's just about controlling their movements and kind of going after the smaller boats more than the bigger fleets and stuff like that. And we do have to kind of keep paying attention to that, which is why I want a dedicated fleet for actually landing troops and stuff. Oh my god, he got wrecked. Ships lost foreign trade goods. Beautiful. Okay, so yeah, he was bringing up goods from you know, probably Nassau. Well, it could have been Havana too. Given the direction, it was probably Nassau, I would think, because he was kind of down here, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, wait, no, that was the one up north. I lied. That one, I'm not sure where that one was coming from. Okay. Yeah, this guy's the one that's probably coming from Nassau. Yeah, look at how fast those move. We definitely need a fleet of like sloops or faster ships to deal with these blockade runners to be able to intercept them properly. So that's something I need to look at too. These large fleets are going to be great for engaging the varying areas and stuff. Maybe, you know, keeping stuff blockaded off, but actually, you know, stopping the enemy and trying to intercept them is going to be a lot tougher if we're trying to catch them out in the middle of the ocean and chase them down. Nope, don't want to do that. So we've got the Lark. Yeah, I think what we probably need to do here is this fleet is really big, and we probably need to split this fleet up a little bit and move them off into separate duties. So we've got these frigates and are really slowing us down. So what I might do is take these sloops like the Richmond and the Brooklyn, whatever other sloops, and just put them into their own fleet and take maybe like half the ships or a quarter of the ships and just send them out to these like individual blockade runners, which is trying to get away desperately. Not fast enough though for them. And yeah, I could try to capture these blockade runners, and I guess there's maybe somebody asking why I'm not trying to do that. And it's simply just because of how fast they are compared to my current fleet. I don't think I'll be able to catch them. So let's do this. Let's move you, and you. Where'd you go? Okay. How do we rename this? We got ports, objectives, resources, fleet. Maybe this. I mean, this is the individual ship, but this is not what I'm looking to do. I don't want to rename the ship. I want to rename the fleet so I know which fleet's which. Bridge. Yeah, I'm not really certain here. We're gonna have to wrap this video up in a minute too. I'm not sure what this thing is here, this cotton-clad ram. I don't have the rams unlocked yet. And I'm not quite sure how this particular guy is going to work. Where are we engaging here? Alright, hold still, guys. I gotta figure out what we've got going on here. We're at some island, and I don't see any enemy fortresses or any enemy fleets. I don't know why we're engaging in combat here, guys. Nope, there we go. What we got over here, is this a blockade runner? The gunboat. The Patrick Henry. Alright, let's send our fleet to engage. It's going to take them a minute to move around this island. It's a pretty sizable island, it looks like. But it is just the one vessel. It's just a single gunboat, so we should be able to take them out pretty easily. It is a larger vessel compared to some of the other stuff we've been taking on, but I think we should be able to sink it relatively fast with these frigates and stuff. I mean, we've got 3 frigates, multiple steamers, and we've got like our own gunboat, and then the tug. Getting really close to shore there, guys. It's a lot of naval accidents in this era. I wouldn't go that close to shore, but hey, you do you. Actually, don't do you. Do what I want, and that is get away from the shore. Alright. They did get a strike on the Minnesota. It looks like they took out a couple of its smoothbores and stuff, which is unfortunate. It's on fire. I don't know if that matters in the long term or not. You know what? Let's have you guys go up here. Go up to Wool and dock with it. Yeah, we'll start rearming some of these fleets. You guys are good to continue engaging. Let's see. That's the way it looks like they're going to be going here. So we'll move on an interception course. Try to. I don't know if we'll be able to catch them. I think they're still faster than us. So we've gotten much faster, but it's still not quick enough. It looks like our 3 sloops are getting intercepted too by this ram. So this will probably be our last battle here, I guess. We'll see how this goes. It should. I'd imagine we should have an advantage with the 3 sloops. They're definitely not as heavy as the frigates, but again, I'm not familiar with the ram. I don't know what to expect from it fully. Richmond, you really should be at the front of this group. I don't know if there's a way to reorder these vessels. I would like to be able to reorder which vessel appears in the front, because it would make more sense for the Richmond with forward-facing guns to be at the front. But that's fine, I guess. So we've got the ram here. It doesn't look like it's moving overly fast, so we definitely have a speed advantage on it, but I'm not worried about the speed. I'm worried about the guns and armor. The intent of this fleet was to intercept the blockade runners. I didn't expect them themselves to be intercepted, especially by something like this. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I'm a little bit worried that this thing's filled with troops. Should have adjusted the sound effects. It's been super loud with some of these in my ear for ages. I don't know how it sounds for you guys. It might be fine to you guys with my audio and the way I mix it. I can always change it in post, but in my ear it's the hits, the explosions and stuff, and when the shots hit the water, even if they miss, it's all so loud. Like, them firing the shots should be much louder, and it's not that loud, but yeah, man, when they hit. Like, see, that's quiet. That's really loud, and that's like at the halfway point. Actually, you know what? Boredom. I don't know how many people you have on board, but board them. Let's get this ship. Let's take this. We can send it back. Oh no, don't kill it. Don't kill it. Oh, no. Oh, we had it right where we wanted. It was basically knocked out and disabled, and we could have merged that in with the other fleet before we sent them back. We've got another engagement. I guess that's not really a surprise. I said I was going to end the video, but I guess we're going to do one more here, because now instantly another engagement. Very rough weather here. It's nighttime, it's dark, it's raining, storming. The seas, I think the seas being rough does play an impact on how well your ships will shoot. And I mean, if you look, they're rocking very significantly in these waters. Why aren't you moving? Oh, you're not. Why are you not rejoining the formation? Oh, your props are damaged. That's why. Okay, what happened there? Is this from the storm? I guess, yeah, maybe the rough seas damaged them. So the Wabash is out of commission, at least for this battle. Hopefully that's something that we can tow them or something and bring them back to port if we need to repair it. So we've got 2 enemy vessels in this fleet. It looks like probably 2 gunboats, yeah. 2 gunboats. Sadly, I mean, we still got really overwhelming fleet size compared to them, even if the Wabash is out of commission, but it is kind of unfortunate because this is on the bigger end of battles that we've had. How's Minnesota looking here? 650 crew, 650. So I guess this is just like damage to the hull of the vessel. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to repair this stuff outside of, you know, docking at ports and stuff like that. Well, let's go ahead and speed this up because I said this is going to be the last one. I'm sitting here. I do like the stormy weather and stuff. This looks really awesome having these ships sail in the storm, but I really wish there was a cinematic camera for this game. I really do. Actually, I'm wondering. Let's... Controls. I didn't look in here. There might be like a hotkey or something. There's... can toggle the UI details. Toggle top-down view, fast camera movement. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't look like it. Anyways, let's go ahead and speed these guys up again. So we're just taking the initial pot shots with the bow guns that we have, but obviously once these guys go broadside like they are right now, this is when it's really going to put in some work. If we can, capturing one of these vessels would be great. Let's go ahead and give them the orders to just start boarding these vessels, because I want to send this fleet back anyways. Again, I'm not sure if this is health or what, but several of the vessels are damaged now. I mean, obviously the Wabash is back here, just stuck. Our frigates are actually surprisingly way up in the front. Oh, they sank it. I told you guys to board it. That's not boarding. That I told them to board. Maybe I told them to attack it. That sucks. I want more of their ships. I want their ships to be my ships. See, this is... That was red. I'm not sure if that was a result of the Wabash being disabled with its propellers, but it looks like they're moving again. So we'll go ahead and send them here. I'm not sure if the particular port matters too much in terms of like size and stuff like that. Some of these are forts. Obviously, like Baltimore, where a lot of our ships are coming from, is a much larger city. I guess we'll send them up to Baltimore, and we'll do that. It looks like they might be moving out to engage. Gosh, ooh, what is this? Oh no, that's bad. We're in trouble here. That's 2 gunboats, a sloop, and a screw sloop of war. I don't know if we can retreat. I don't know if we just have to fight this battle or if there's a way for us to try and run. I didn't expect a fleet that large to be that far out, but I guess they're patrolling or they knew we were blocking their shipping lanes and they did that. So let's go ahead and let's try to see if we can get to the edge of the map and get out of here. Again, I haven't played this, I haven't completed the tutorial, so if there's a way to run that the tutorial tells you about, unfortunately I'm not familiar with it. We are a sloop, so I mean we might have a speed advantage, but they themselves have sloops. In fact, they have a screw sloop, which is probably faster. Yeah, all of those vessels are moving pretty quickly, except for the one gunboat in the back here, the Hastings. It looks like is what it is. Even the Waterloo, their other gunboat, is really fast. Yeah, the Hastings is really the only one that's struggling to keep up. Well, we can go outside the map. I'm not sure what's going to happen if we try to go out of bounds. It might even just get to the point where it gets up to the bounds of the map and it just doesn't let the ship exit out. That is unfortunately exactly what's happening. Yeah, there is not a retreat option. Okay, well, I guess then it is fight. I don't know what the crew of this ship is. The last time our ships engaged like this, they had a big crew advantage. If we can board the ship and take it, that would be awesome, because then we can maybe turn the tide of this battle. Our sloop is really struggling to get in line with it, though. I mean, you guys could just be walking out the bow of the ship and just jumping onto the back there. There we go. Okay, we're lined up. Oh, that was a beautiful hit. That is really closely tied. That's concerning. Especially with their fleet moving into position, they could damage our ship. Oh, we're taking huge crew losses. This is actually pretty intense. I do wish we could see the battling on the ships. Or again, at least if there's like gunfire on the decks, like just little plumes of smoke to represent the muskets and stuff going off. Oh. Alright, so we turned the tide of the battle. We took some pretty heavy damage on the port side of our sloop, the Mohican, but oh, they're boarding us now. Touche. Well played. I didn't mean to steer you that direction. Oh no. I think they're trying to board with the Hastings. I was making fun of it for its speed, but it definitely snuck up on me here. That's for sure. Okay. Not the most ideal of situations, but we are doing some damage. We're putting some work in. I mean, all things considered, you know, it's not too bad. Actually, I just realized, I thought we had lost our ship and they'd recaptured it, but it turns out this is our ship. We still have so it's our ship putting in all the work. The Mohegan stopped. I also just realized I wasn't even really paying attention to the names of these ships. It's all HMS, so these are all British vessels that we're fighting against. It says they're under Confederate control, so I don't know if these are British vessels that the Confederates owned. I don't recollect these naval battles, historically speaking, so these might be British vessels. Oh, really nasty hit on the impregnable there. So basically, I'm just kind of doing this like weaving pattern, trying to just keep our guns on the enemy wherever possible. While at the same time, I'm pretty sure the Hastings is trying really hard to board us right now, and if they do, I'm like 99% certain that they're just going to win. Really struggling to hit it, though. We got a good hit on the Hastings, which was nice, but our guys are like shooting like way back in the distance here. I should just be doing the manual aiming, but like at the same time, I'm trying to focus on steering here too. We got a couple more good hits on the Hastings. They're still steaming along pretty efficiently here, all things considered. There we go, there's one down. I know I was just talking about how they're shooting the further away ships, but he was full broadside, so I figured that was the smartest one to go for. The Mohican's pretty much done. It's out of the fight, but we're gonna go try to finish this off. There's still a chance that they could kill our ship, and so I want to make sure that if that ends up being the case, I don't know what they've got going for guns, but like if they do have enough guns to sink us, then I want to actually be able to inflict as much damage as possible. Yeah, I don't know if we took out their guns or what happened. They didn't really shoot us too much. I mean, they've inflicted some damage, but all things considered, it really wasn't as much as you'd expect. So we lost a ship, but the thing is that, like, well, we did have crew on board, and it sucks that we lost it. You know, we'd started off with one ship, so we started with a ship, and we ended with a ship. I'm not disappointed with that. That was a rough battle, though, guys. Looks like the ship's pretty much disabled. We need to try and get back to port here and see if we can't fix her up a bit. Where did you come from? I can't remember what port you came out of. Alright. But that's going to be it, guys. So this was Victory at Sea, Ironclad, and we'll probably do more of this. I've had some fun with it. It's got some flaws, it's got some issues. You know, there's definitely ways I could see it being improved. Like I said, I'd love to see in the battles with the actual ships, improved models, you know, having people actually walking around on the deck of the ship a little bit nicer, you know, looking stuff on models on the decks of the ship, having a bit more going on. The game, I believe, is currently going for about $40 on Steam for, you know, US. Depending on where you are, it's going to be different. And, you know, I think there's a lot of potential here for this game. Like I said, I love the era, the period, and everything. So it does kind of remain to be seen how this game lasts over a longer period. Because sometimes you play a game and when you first play it, like the first day or two, it's really awesome and it wears off very quickly. And I'm not sure if that's going to be the case with this one or if it's going to be a longer term game, but I am right now, I'm interested, I'm kind of invested in continuing this campaign and, yeah, I guess just seeing how far along we can get. It would be nice to have a little bit better understanding of the controls and some of the mechanics and stuff like that, but, you know, hopefully that'll just come with time. Unfortunately, right now, our situation hasn't gone exactly how I had hoped. Right now, the tricky thing is here on the southern coast of the United States, we've got a bunch of blockade runners we're trying to stop, and they're getting supplies from all of these ports. So I don't know. Yeah, they're getting stuff from Sicily and stuff like that too. So they're getting stuff from here, just basically all along the southern coast. And we do know that they are running stuff along here for like diplomatic purposes. But the thing that makes it kind of difficult to deal with is definitely along here on the base where they're running most of their supplies, because this is a pretty wide area and it's hard for me to stop all of this at once. Like, I can stop the stuff along the coast relatively well now that I've gotten some form of control here, but they're pushing in a larger fleet of steamers and stuff like that, and they oh no, they've actually got an Ironclad coming to engage my fleet. I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's actually, that's kind of scary. I don't know how well a fleet like this is going to be able to handle an Ironclad, and especially between these two fleets. There's 6 ships, which we have, you know, ourselves 6 ships currently in our fleet. So I feel like that, well, we could probably beat the steamers fairly easily. This Ram, the gunboat, and the Ironclad combined are definitely worrisome, especially with whatever attrition we potentially take from these 3 steamers. What is in here? You guys are sloops. Get back here. I know I split you off to do your own thing, but we need you back there to merge in. I'm not sure if this fleet's faster or not than my other fleet. So yeah, that's kind of the situation right now. Again, what I'm hoping to do is we've gotten, you know, these initial engagements. Right now it's just about keeping supplies away from the Confederacy and then just trying to buy ourselves time while we build up and take advantage of, you know, the resources we do have. So we do have stuff, and it looks like we can maybe upgrade stuff. We have undeveloped land. So yeah, we can upgrade food and stuff like that. What are we lacking right now? We're lacking cannonballs. Which I guess would be probably from the foundry, right? Like that would be the thing that makes the most sense to me. Well, let's do this. I didn't even realize this was a thing again that unfortunately wasn't covered in the bits of the tutorial I did. Iron Man to do. Sugar. What does iron look like even? This is the iron right here. We'll do another foundry. We'll do 2 foundries, and we'll do some farmland. I don't know how to tell what's going on with the fleet here, though. That's something that I need to take a look at. So actually, we're getting pretty close to our first group of ships, and whenever we pick up in the next video, we should get our 2 sloops and our frigate, and we should be able to start basically taking these forts down. The Aquia Station and Fredericksburg both don't have very many people. Actually, Fredericksburg's up at like this really tiny river. We should be able to get up there pretty easily. They only have 100 troops and 50 troops respectively, so these should be pretty easy to overwhelm these 2 and make forwards progress. And then Norfolk's going to be a little bit tougher of a fight with 500 people, but Richmond's definitely the one we're going to struggle with the most. 2,250 people. I'm not sure what these other forts look like, but I'm guessing Richmond's on the bigger end. But what we'll probably want to do maybe is capture these 2, capture Norfolk, and build up around Norfolk and just block in Richmond and kind of block it off by sea. We haven't really seen any additional stuff coming down this way yet. I just realized they got a ton of stuff docked here, don't they? Ew. Norfolk's actually, it's going to be a fight for us, so what we might do is we might send in the regular fleet, wipe out their naval fleet, disengage. I don't think we can do that either, actually. I think it's going to force us to engage it. I was hoping what we could do is just pop in with our 1 fleet, wipe out their defensive fleet there that's all docked, and then move in with a 2nd fleet to take out the land bases, but that's not going to happen. But anyways, guys, we're at over an hour here. I didn't mean to run this long, but like I said, I'm like, now I'm invested in this war effort, you know, gameplay aside and everything. I want to win this, so thank you guys for watching. Take it easy. I'll see you all in the next one.